Welcome to Simple Shop Creations. And in this video here, I'm going to go back and forth using an Ego battery-powered mower. Now, before I go on explaining what Ego mower I'm using, the property, or what I'm mowing, is approximately 185 feet long by approximately 45 feet wide. So that, just keep that in mind. Now, the mower that I'm using is a 6 amp hour Ego mower that is fully charged, and I'm just going to see how long it takes me to cut this grass. This grass is relatively high. It's approximately 6 inches high. I'm not using a bag, and I forgot the part that opens up the back end, allows you to shoot it out the side. Well, I'm not using that, so I'm just basically using the mower with that flap all the way down, and just going to be somewhat mulching it as we go back and forth. So let's just see how long this lasts. But in the beginning here, I was using a Ego power head or 15-inch string trimmer that came in a kit with the power head, a 5 amp battery, and of course the edger. So there in the beginning you saw me using the 15-inch string trimmer. Now you look to the right there by that school bus. There's another strip of grass that's only maybe about 15 feet wide and approximately the same distance, 185 feet. There I used the mower there first, but I used the 5 amp hour battery, not the 6 amp hour battery that came with the mower. On that small strip there to the right of the fence, I had the mower setting to a number 4. And when I started mowing the bigger portion to the left of the fence that you see me going back and forth on, I raised that up to the number 5 setting on the mower. So with that, let's just watch me go back and forth until I'm done. I'll pop in and out and give more descriptions as we go. Now, as I zoom in, my hand goes up, and that's signifying that the battery has now went down by one of those lights. The battery has 5 lights, so one of them now has disappeared, so my charge is 4 green bars left. So that, let's continue on. Here we are again. I'm going to zoom in, hand goes up. Now we're down to a total of 3 bars left of charge on this 6 amp hour battery. Now we're down to 2 bars left of power on the 6 amp battery. Now coming up here, I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to turn into that ditch. That whole section there by the mailbox runs the whole length of the road, and it's a water ditch, a drainage ditch. So you can see that I'm going to start cutting around the mailbox, and that grass is extremely high. there. So I'm going to cut, and then eventually you'll see me stop because the mower stalls. And then I continue on, and then I go back and forth again. So here in about a second or two, you're going to see I stop, and that's where it stalls, and then I just start cutting again. Now I'm down to 1 bar of power left on the battery. Oh, seems like I cannot count. Actually, that last wave that you've seen walking by the telephone pole there, it means that I basically ran out of power and the battery is now red. So all 5 bars are gone, and last bar is blinking red. So somewhere down the line I miscount something. But anyway, so the 6 amp battery now is dead, and then you see that I switched scenes, or switch the position of the cell phone, and what I did now is I put in that 5 amp hour battery that you've seen connected to the trimmer, and prior to me putting that into the mower, that was used on the trimmer, a chainsaw, and the mower again on that piece of property that's to the other side of the fence. So this is not going to last too much longer either. But let's go ahead and watch the rest of the video, and then I'll probably come in and repeat a bunch of other stuff, and then we'll be pretty much done. So just hang out and watch the rest of the video, and I'll pop in again. Now coming up here in a minute or less, you can see I'm going to zoom in again, and you'll see that I stall again by that red, big old red cone there, and then I just walk it back out and then proceed to start mowing again. Alright, so coming to the end of the mowing session here, the battery's going to run out here in a minute or two. So my opinion about the Ego mower is that it's fine, but doing this every weekend or every other week is be a little too much for this mower. I would assume big piece there, the battery wouldn't be able to cut the whole thing at once, so you need multiple batteries. Also, if that grass gets a little high, if you get to cut it, it's going to bog down, it's going to take much longer. Normally I use a Club Cadet 33-inch walk behind that is not being used right now because it's being repaired, and that's what we normally use to cut this grass. Also, there's more on the, I guess you look at on the left side or the right side of the driveway, there's more property that needs to be cut too, but it's not as high. Overall, my opinion of the Ego is great for the home use, but for commercial, I don't think it's gonna cut it for commercial use in this walk behind mower here. So coming up here at the end, you'll see the other side of the fence that I cut. Basically, again, I used the mower set to 4, and then on this side here that you see the big part, I set the mower at 5, and then you'll see another view of the property, the mower being done. So with that, I hope everybody has a happy and wonderful day.